let us know what prompted, say, Goldman Sachs and also Citigroup just before it to start downgrading their overall viewpoint on this stock.
There was already significant bearish sentiment on this company. As you mentioned, there were several quarters of bad earnings. There was just one string of mishap after another. There's several execution issues in terms of production. The Hero 5 camera was delayed, which, by the way, was the first upgrade to their flagship product since 2014. The camera was also rolled back, and then they had to cut a bunch of employees and get rid of their media entertainment unit. So these two companies, Citi and Goldman, these analysts, they are really just digesting this information, analyzing it, and putting some really strong rhetoric to it. We had Citigroup saying that GoPro is the best option in a deteriorating neighborhood, which is not promising. They're saying that GoPro may still be a market leader in this category, but this category overall is declining. So there's a lot of bearish sentiment that has been leading up to this.
I mean, just looking at the share price and indeed the market capitalization of GoPro, I'm in the Bloomberg, $1.12 billion. I mean, this is just a $1 billion company now. That is quite amazing to see how the deterioration has continued for this stock. And what now? How can they prove that they're turning this around? What could they possibly say to start getting the analysts on their side?
I think that picture of that stock price graph over the past year since it's IPO'd is really a stark contrast from their previous visions when they IPO'd. In their first S1 filing, they said that it was going to become this software hardware ecosystem with this entertainment unit. With the job cuts, we saw that, okay, we're paring down our vision, we're going to focus on what's profitable, and the hardware component is the main growth driver, not this media and entertainment unit. In order for them to potentially drive back growth, they need to execute extremely well on their next products. These analysts are expecting them to roll out a Hero 6, an upgrade to their flagship camera, an upgraded drone at some point that is a good competitor to the market leader, which is DJI, and hopefully also to execute more on their virtual reality options as well. They have a camera rig. They're hoping that they'll also improve upon that. But I think there's a lot of skepticism in the market that they can actually execute on all of these fronts, given all the challenges that they've had.
And indeed continue to cut their cost base. That seems to be what some analysts are calling for, feeling that the $500 million promise isn't quite enough. What about also, in general, the hardware space? This seems to be a tough area to be in.
Hardware is hard, and we keep on learning that over and over again. It is just really difficult. GoPro isn't the only company with this problem. We're seeing Fitbit really struggle with this. It's really difficult to be a hardware company, and you have to rely on fickle consumers and product upgrades. And if you don't continue churning out new and better and more products and expand your diversify your revenue base, things will really go south, which is what we're seeing with GoPro. I mean, we even see with a behemoth like Apple that even they struggle to continue to deliver the growth that they need. So for a company like GoPro, it's no surprise that a company that started out with a camera strapped on your head is now experiencing a lot of troubles a few years after its IPO.